Hello everybody, welcome to my YouTube channel. I want to teach you a very simple way to read music. This is a method that I've learned over the last 18 years and developed for singers here in Los Angeles at the Screen Actors Guild to read music and read it quickly. It's no different than if you learn music with a piano or you take guitar lessons and you're learning the music theory as you go. It's the same thing, but at this time you're using your voice. So this is based on two principles, and I want to show you those principles right now. So check it out. I want to welcome you to sight singing or sight reading using your voice. Do you see how fast those notes are going across the page? Actually, that is how fast you have to read when you sight read. You're skimming across the page and there's so much going on. If I were playing piano right now, or guitar, it would be so much easier. But I'm not because I'm using my voice. Now that we've slowed it down just a little bit, you can look on this music and see that there's half notes, quarter notes, and some eighth notes, a staff. So many of you already know your key signatures, and you know the lengths of the notes and where they are on the staff. The problem is sight reading is a whole different process. I got even more fascinated with this process when I saw that there were students that came into my class with music degrees in the basic class. They could tell me about modes and scales and key signatures, and they could even play Beethoven, some of them. But you put a few quarter notes and half notes on a piece of paper in front of them, and they could not sing it. I want to break that down for you. This process obviously takes time and practice. However, I hope to remove the roadblocks you may have and give you a very simple approach to reading music and understanding how it all works. Please don't be offended at the elementary approach. I want this to be as simple as ABC and 1, 2, 3. One reason sight reading is much more difficult is because it requires us to think while we're singing. After we've memorized a song, we really don't have to think too much about it. However, when we sight read, we're using both sides of the brain. We're having to process, calculate, follow, anticipate, listen, all at the same time while we're physically producing a sound. So we're calculating on the math side and we're creating on the music side. I want to give you exercises which force you to think as you sing. For those of you who have had music training and have studied theory, you realize that there's an extra element to reading music with your voice that is unlike using an instrument. I would like to introduce two elements which will help to make the connection between your voice and written music. So step one is for you to be able to find any place within an 8-note scale. Every song that we have is based on an 8-note scale that sounds like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And all of these places are positions within this scale. This is position number 1. This is position 2, 3, and so on. So you would memorize this scale just like it's a song. In this case, this is a major scale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So then you want to be able to find a number without having to count up. So if someone says sing the number 5, you could sing 5 or 6, 6 or 4, 4. If you have to count up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to find it, that's okay too. Over time, you'll be able to just sing those numbers. So that's step one, being able to jump to any position within a scale from a starting point. After you learn how to reach these positions within the 8-note scale, whether it's position number 3, number 6, number 7, then you have to allow the music to tell you those numbers. And the way you do that is like this. Notes are positioned on a grid that's called a staff. So we'll start with this simple illustration. So for now, we'll get to the staff and the grids and everything later. But for now, just know that each line and each space is a step up. So that if this is 1, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I'm going to let X represent 1. So we're going to put X here for now. X is 1. If X is 1, then 1, 2, 3, then the first note is 3. If X is 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then the next note is 5, etc. And the next note is 7. So this particular melody is 3, 5, and 7. So if you have a scale and the scale starts here, 1, and it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and this represents 1. This is just a sample. If this were 1, and your numbers are 3, 5, and 7, then you would sing 1, 2, 3, 5, 7. Let's now put the X here on line 2. If this is the X on line 2, that means that's 1. And if your scale is here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1. If your scale starts here and this is 1, then this first number is 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 3, 3. So if this is 1, this would be 3, like 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 3, 3. So this song is Mary Had a Little Lamb. This is another sample of knowing where the note is within the scale structure. The scale would start here on X. So later we're going to learn about the different staves, the staff, how this grid works, but just know that starting out, your goal is to have any given place as being 1, and then you determine how far the notes are away from 1. So if this is 1, this is 5, this is 2, and then when you count down, you count backwards. 1, 7, 6. So that's 6. So in this particular melody, it would be 5, 2, and 6. So that's it in a nutshell. 2 very basic principles that's going to help you to learn to read music very simply. We also have a website, lasightsinger.com. This website has about 600 pages of tons of practice audio and practice video and games and all this kind of stuff to help you through this process as well. So check that out. If you like this video, hit the like and subscribe button, and thank you so much for tuning in. I'll see you in the next video.